In this eye-opening video, we delve into the controversial actions taken during the Trump administration that have fundamentally shifted America's approach to its public lands. From the deregulation of energy projects to the expansion of oil and gas leasing, we will explore how these policies have prioritized industrial interests over environmental protection. We'll also highlight the revocation of climate initiatives and the implications of these decisions for climate change, the fossil fuel industry, and the future of renewable energy. Join us as we uncover how America's cherished public lands are at risk of being sold off to the highest bidder. 1. Deregulation of energy projects. One of the most defining moves of the Trump administration was the deregulation of energy projects. The Interior Department, under the leadership of newly appointed Secretary Doug Burgum, initiated measures to advance President Trump's energy and mineral production agenda. On his first day, Burgum signed 6 orders in response to executive mandates from Trump, aimed at expediting permits for energy projects. These measures were taken to reduce what the administration considered as excessive environmental regulations. This shift in policy was intended to streamline the process for energy companies, but it raised serious concerns about the potential environmental implications of such rapid deregulation. 2. Expansion of oil and gas leasing. The administration has made significant strides in expanding oil and gas leasing, lifting restrictions on offshore development, and promoting resource development in Alaska. Millions of acres of federal lands have been offered for 10-year leases. The stated goal of these initiatives is to promote American energy security, but the environmental cost of such developments remains a contentious issue. By prioritizing oil and gas over other land uses, critics argue that the administration risks damaging fragile ecosystems and wildlife habitats. 3. Revocation of climate policies. In a move that stirred further controversy, President Trump signed an executive order revoking a Biden-era target of having 50% of new vehicles sold in the U.S. be electric by 2030. This decision was part of a broader effort to end federal subsidies for electric vehicles and pause funding for the expansion of EV charging stations. By rolling back these climate policies, the administration signaled a clear departure from prior commitments to clean energy and vehicle electrification, raising questions about the future of sustainable transportation in the United States. 4. Confirmation of pro-industry Interior Secretary. The U.S. Senate confirmed Doug Burgum as President Trump's Interior Secretary, a move that was met with apprehension by environmentalists. Burgum, a former governor of North Dakota, is known for his strong support of fossil fuel extraction. His close ties with the oil and gas industry have raised concerns about potential conflicts of interest and the possibility of policy decisions being swayed in favor of industrial interests over environmental protection. 5. Relaxation of environmental regulations. The administration's relaxation of environmental regulations has been a hallmark of its policy direction. By reducing oversight and prioritizing industrial interests, the administration has aimed to facilitate resource development in sensitive areas such as offshore oil and gas fields and the Alaskan wilderness. This approach has sparked criticism from environmental groups who argue that it compromises public health and ecological integrity in favor of short-term economic gains. 6. Support for fossil fuel industry. In alignment with its broader energy agenda, the administration has accelerated permits for liquefied natural gas, LNG, export terminals. This move is part of a strategic effort to boost U.S. fossil fuel exports to global markets. By maximizing energy and mineral production on public lands, the administration seeks to position the United States as a dominant player in the global energy market. However, this strategy raises concerns about the long-term environmental impact and the potential neglect of renewable energy opportunities. 7. Opposition to renewable energy initiatives. Critics of the administration's policies have pointed to a noticeable deprioritization of renewable energy initiatives. The rollback of electric vehicle policies and reduction of incentives for renewable energy development have been seen as hindrances to progress toward clean energy goals. By focusing on fossil fuels, the administration risks stalling advancements in sustainable energy technologies that could contribute to reducing carbon emissions and combating climate change. 8. Impact on climate change mitigation. Environmental groups have expressed concern that the administration's focus on fossil fuels may undermine efforts to mitigate climate change. The rollback of climate-focused executive orders and reduction of environmental regulations are seen as steps backward in the global fight against rising greenhouse gas emissions. The potential increase in emissions could have far-reaching consequences for climate change mitigation efforts worldwide. 9. Global energy market implications. The U.S. energy policy shift under the Trump administration is expected to have significant implications for global energy markets. The acceleration of fossil fuel exports and relaxation of environmental regulations may influence oil prices and international climate agreements. These policy changes could alter the dynamics of global energy markets, impacting not only the U.S. but also other nations' energy strategies and commitments to environmental sustainability. 10. Reversal of fuel economy standards. The administration directed the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to rescind or replace current fuel economy standards. This move aligns with the broader agenda of reducing environmental regulations and promoting fossil fuel development. By potentially increasing vehicle emissions, this policy reversal may contribute to a rise in pollution levels, countering efforts to improve air quality and reduce the carbon footprint of the transportation sector.